I'm a
Yeah. Money make the world go round. I'm trying to get it all right now. Everybody worry about the crown. Big, look, homie, I'm the man right now. Talking to a peon, kind of time we on. Jump roll like the kind of take eons. Got a little buzz, it's time to go beyond. Can't look back, no time to hit rewind. Yeah, she wants to do S class. I'm like, boo, who are you must ask? They pour way too much in your glass. Just move your hips like a hold up class. Hit the gab, I talk that gap. Strut like up and I walk that shit. When I'm up, that's it. I'ma start living reckless. Get that bag, I'ma walk like this. Yeah, I'ma walk like this. Hit that lane, I'ma walk like this. Walk in the spot, but they all get lit. Tell them on flow, let me talk my shit. Every song bang when they drop in hit. Said on the man, post stop, no miss. Over your head, next time, don't slip. Play your part, better read that script. Yeah, I'ma walk like this.
Today's episode of the Wrestle Arc Podcast is brought to you guys by our friends at Fanatics.com, which is also home to the WWE shop. Folks, gear up if you're a WWE fan at Fanatics.com, at shop.wwe.com. Folks, WrestleMania happened over the weekend, and boy, oh boy, do we have the winners and their merch on this website right now, including Tiffany Stratton, who ended up retaining her title, Io Sky retaining her championship, and of course becoming champion of the Sky. Main event, Jey Uso, Yeet, becoming the new World Heavyweight Champion. And of course, the last real champion, John Cena, winning at WrestleMania as well. You guys can get all their merch right now at shop.wwe.com, which is also affiliated with Fanatics.com and their new Fanatics app. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Wrestle Arc Podcast. I'm Radio. That's Dez. That's Peyton. That's Noble. That's Vega.
Hi.
Hello there.
So, today's podcast, we're going to be recapping WrestleMania and going over a few things on Raw. And that's it.
Yep.
There was a few pieces of wrestling news that we had. Let me just get them real quick. One of the major news items for, wow, fucking hell, I can't talk. Shut up.
Oy.
One of the news headlines was that Rey Mysterio was reportedly set to bring back his old leaping entrance for WrestleMania 41 before he got injured. That was
I'm
major
sad
news.
by that.
Yeah.
Another thing was The Rock was on the Pat McAfee show, and he said he didn't appear at WrestleMania 41 to the dismay of fans because he wanted the spotlight to be on John Cena and Cody Rhodes. He also said that he was advocating for Cody Rhodes to turn heel, but not soon down the line.
Oh,
Good. Bring back his black hair And the ma-
maybe not
and-
the black hair.
and the mask. Karrion Kross went on a fueled rant, which was completely aimed at Triple H. Keep an eye on that, but he was spitting 100% facts. Peyton, by the way, your mic is...
No, I'm good. I'm good.
WWE is releasing a new show on Netflix called WWE Unreal, which lets you behind the scenes of everything that happens in WWE, including from planning to show stuff and so much more. And well, that's bad. But we'll talk about that later. And I think that's about it for major wrestling news. Now, let's dive into the nitty-gritty, shall we, boys and girls?
WrestleMania.
WrestleMania
Yes,
41.
One.
In what many people had mixed reactions. We're not going to sit here and say it wasn't... We're not going to sit here and say it was the best show.
No.
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 But it wasn't the worst either.
Oh.
It's had moments.
Kind of in the middle.
what Aled said is the worst show on paper.
Yeah, I can think of about 1,000 different WrestleMania that were 10 times worse than the one that we saw.
Yeah.
I'll even point them out to you, including the one with John Cena wrestling Undertaker there in freaking New Orleans. That was awful. That shit sucked.
Yeah. After we discuss Mania, you want me to discuss Stand and Deliver?
Did anything big happen on Stand and Deliver? Can we just get like the big things?
Did not watch Stand and Deliver, so I couldn't tell you.
Oh, no, I know, like, Aled, Liam, I think you watched this radio?
I wasn't able to watch. I was listening to you guys talk about it.
Okay, so the big news here, your favorite tag team, Hank and Tank, won the tag titles.
They're going to be the greatest tag champions. They're going to be the greatest tag champions of all time. Triple H, don't fuck them up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they will not. Triple H or Shawn Michaels in this case, who's runs NXT, they will not fuck up Hank and Tank. H retained his title against Ethan Page.
No shocker there.
Ruka won the vacant NXT Women's North American title, which at NXT is specifically Zarya. Look at Zarya's. Look at Soul's title. It shows the case Zarya might turn heel.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
A Dark State beat D'Angelo family, where Stax Lorenzo just turned on Tony D's family.
That I couldn't believe.
Yeah, Stephanie Vaquer retained her title against Julia Parker and Grace. Elba Femi surprisingly retained his title against Javon Evans and Trick Williams. Nothing happened. No Dark State or anything.
Not a fan of that. Dark State should have got. But all right.
No, but yeah, that's the big mumble jumbo for Stand and Deliver. Now let's get to WrestleMania.
Yeah, I know it's rare. Vega's on the podcast. Thank you, Sam. Yes.
I know, right? I got off early.
Hello, YouTube chat. Hello. All right,
hello.
So we're gonna start with WrestleMania Saturday. This was obviously night one of WrestleMania Saturday, and of course, the first match was main event Jey Uso versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. And all right, I'm gonna go ahead and be honest with you.
Yeah,
The ending made Gunther look weak as fuck.
agreed.
True. Yeah, it's
Definitely agree.
yeah. Technically, it's almost the same thing as what we discussed on AEW Dynasty, where the result may make a Bane weak. It's probably the same thing with freaking Gunther. Have him lose that way weak. Like, the match should have been longer. Also, like, honestly,
It was a good match.
it is until that ending. But two of our members of Wrestle Arc hate the result that Jey won the world title. Hate.
I love it. It's about time.
I mean, I'm glad he won the title, but just make Gunther tap out so quickly like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the bad call.
Bad call, Good bad
match.
call for the
Bad ending.
bad call on the
Pretty
ending. Yes.
Very bad.
Bad ending. Yes.
Granted, Jey won the Royal Rumble. Winning the Royal Rumble indicates you're going to get a main event back at WrestleMania, and then their match ended up being first.
Well, everyone just wanted to see CM Punk. Well, we'll get to that in a little bit. But yeah. So Jay's the new World Heavyweight Champion. Came out on Raw. He did it for and then Sammy and his brother came out and celebrated him. Sammy looked like he was gonna haluva kick him, but
Speaking of, Sammy's back.
yeah, thank God.
Oh yeah, no, I missed him.
The next match after that was the New Day versus the War Raiders for the World Tag Team titles. And Noble gives us an F, but yet he doesn't understand that when you're a heel, you do heel shit to win. And
not give this match an F. I'm giving the result an F.
Why would you give the result an F? The New Day deserve it. I mean, if they just did this whole heel push for nothing, it's a waste.
Yeah.
I agree.
Like, how many title defenses that the War Raiders had?
Five, I
I
think.
don't know.
I think it was 5.
Like, to me, they should have held the titles longer. The New Day, I get it. They're heels,
I mean, they
yes, but
barely did anything with the titles, though.
I'm sorry to say this. New Day might be the most weakest heels this year. I'm sorry.
Oh, you could fuck right off. You can fuck right off with that statement. I am sorry. The weakest heel. I'll go ahead and say the weakest heel. Everyone will jump down my throat for saying it. But I'll tell you who the weakest heel is.
Mm.
Logan
Who?
Paul?
You ready, YouTube chat? You guys can clip this. I don't give a fuck. Seth
Okay.
goddamn Rollins.
Oh.
He is a petty bitch who takes every little fucking advantage he can just to rake someone in the eye and then curb stomp. That's all he's done in this whole thing with CM Punk. He rakes the eye and then he stomps him. He finds a way to stomp Punk every single time. Triple H, change up the ending. Have Seth take a GTS. Anyway, moving on. Anyone have thoughts on the New Day War Raider thing?
It was kind of like, eh.
It wasn't a really memorable match for me, so like it's just there,
Yeah.
but it's nothing to full on think about. It's just more of like a filler.
Moving on.
There's just bigger matches in WrestleMania than
Now, here's the next match that I had a huge problem. Jade Cargill versus Naomi. Naomi debuts her new heel theme entrance at Mania. Jade comes out to the Weather Channel dude saying that there's a storm coming, and here comes Jade. Yep. Jade defeats Naomi.
I mean, you shouldn't have Jade lose her first singles match in Mania.
Okay. I'm about to hit you with some truth. Naomi should have won that match. Jade didn't deserve the win. I'll go ahead and say it. I'm sorry. I'll go ahead and say it.
I mean,
Naomi-
that's a fair opinion.
The reason being is because you're pushing this new heel Naomi that doesn't give a fuck. Like, you could have found a way to give her a dirty win at Mania. It would piss off the fans. Oh, boo-hoo, Jade would lose her first singles match in Mania. Relax. She's not going to be the next Undertaker. She's not going to be the next Bianca. Relax. Okay?
yeah.
Naomi, on the other hand, has this new heel type stuff. You could have pushed her to go a little bit more heelish, unveil a turnbuckle, have her cheat in some weird way. But no, they just gave Jade the power win.
Oh.
Because WWE just can't give Jade a loss after returning after Naomi attacked her at this point.
I feel like Jade and Naomi should have had a match before this match that ended with Jade losing, and then Jade comes back and wins it at WrestleMania.
They probably pushed this feud to Backlash where Naomi will win that match.
It's a possibility.
Well, all I can say is this is Triple H is if you're going to keep Naomi on this little heel run, I want you to hear me out, Triple H. Put the title around her waist. Just saying. It's my opinion. Peyton, you got an opinion?
Sorry, I'm just dealing with some bullshit right now.
Quit worrying about the fucking Wrestle Arc Twitter. We'll be fine. Anyway.
All right. Next.
Up next was Jacob Fatu versus L.A. Knight for the U.S. Championship.
Yeah.
And what I am going to say was the better match on that night.
Yeah.
Because Triple H made the right call.
Yep. Jacob Fatu on his first singles gold in WWE.
Good for him, though.
He deserves it, even though I didn't pick him to win.
Yeah, true.
I will say it did have spot of the night though. Jacob Fatu went for the Fatu moonsault, and it got countered into the BFT.
Yeah,
That was really cool.
That was a good counter.
That is a really good counter for LA Knight. I had to give him that.
I was gonna say that was the right move. Triple H finally pulled the trigger on a good superstar here.
Yeah, next match is your favorite. We got
Oh,
Rey
fuck
Fenix
yeah, it was.
versus El Grande Americano.
El Grande Americano versus Rey Fenix.
No.
Obviously, listen, it was supposed to be Rey Mysterio. However, Rey ended up getting hurt. Now, before Mania started, some big news is that WWE acquired AAA Wrestling.
Yes.
And they're going to be hosting a pay-per-view the same day
It's
as Money in the Bank, called Worlds
What?
Collide.
I'm looking forward to that, honestly.
Can I just go ahead and say that this is kind of... I'm saying it now. I know everyone's going to disagree with me, and I know everyone's going to have their own opinions and say this and that. But you want to know what I'm hearing, boys?
What?
What?
You want to know what I'm hearing? I'm hearing nails. They're going right into the coffin. They're going right into the coffin for AEW. Here lies AEW. Because they can't partner with AAA anymore. They damn well can't partner with TNA. Their only hope is New Japan. And judging by The Rock's shirt, that's going to change.
Yeah, and about AAA, like, the only wrestler I know who's in AAA is Fakingo. That's it.
Greatest luchador of all time. Which, by the way, that was also a piece of news that this was according to WrestleVote. So if we got it wrong, don't blame me. But the guy that was formerly known as Alberto Del Rio got released.
Oh.
No, it's the right piece of news. He did get released.
But anyway, back to this Mania match.
The fake one? The same?
Huh?
Are you sure it's not the fake WrestleVotes account?
That's why I said don't quote me, because I've been looking all over Twitter, and apparently it's been more than just that one.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying don't quote me on it, because I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, back to this Mania match. El Grande Americano versus Rey Fenix. Obviously, of course, it was supposed to be Rey Mysterio, got injured. Rey Fenix still went out there, put on a very good show. But, you know, the greatest luchador of all time.
I'm sorry, Gus.
Ended up getting the win. What?
Yeah, you heard him, Peyton.
Look what fucking this Gus side said to me. What the fuck?
What?
He said,
I said Rey Fenix had himself a good match out there.
No. This Gus side said, "Red hat, you sexy." Like the fuck?
Someone just called you sexy?
Yes.
How dare you? That's Vegas, man. Anyway, moving on.
Hey yo.
Hey yo. Yo.
What happened there? Anyway, but yeah, the greatest luchador ever won. Just saying, you guys can put him in the Hall of Fame now. I'll go ahead and we'll take it.
Okay, next match on the card. The co-main event. Tiffany Stratton versus...
Stealing my job, are you? Alright. Anyway, yes, the co-main event was Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. Now, this match went on... I'm going to go ahead and give my opinion on it.
Mm-hmm.
It went a little too long.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Almost like 19
Everyone,
minutes.
including Dez, that's searching for shrines on Zelda right now.
19 minutes. That match is
19 minutes.
too long. I agree. Like,
I mean, 19 minutes. Isn't that long?
I mean, look, I'm not sitting here saying that it wasn't a good match. It was still a good match that Tiffany still came out the victor, but
Yeah.
I just felt like some back and forth didn't need to happen, and it kind of went a little too
Too overboard.
overboard. But they still performed. It was still a great match.
I'm just happy that Tiffany retained her title. Like if Charlotte would have won the match, I would have gone ballistic. Because again, just me, nobody wants to see Charlotte with another championship. I get she's a veteran, a 14-time champion, or 13-time war. I don't know how many titles she's holding, but she does not need. What does Charlotte need to prove at this point? She won
14.
more titles. Yeah, thank you. Charlotte has won more titles in her fucking career than the whole freaking women's roster at this point. What else does she has to prove?
Des, what'd you think?
It was a good match. One of those matches I wasn't really paying attention to it, but I was kind of paying attention to it. It did go for a little bit too long, in my opinion. Kind of like how you said it.
Indeed.
It was a pretty long match. I feel like they could have taken the time it took them to do Tiff and Charlotte's match. They could have added it to the Gunther and Jay match, made theirs longer, but made the girls shorter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I can agree with that. Vega?
I mean, that's a fair opinion, I guess, but like I said, it wasn't that long. Sure, it was.
Maybe it just kind of felt like it. I don't know why. It felt slow.
It was a slow match at first, but then they
It
tried
picked
to
up
pick
more
it up.
towards the middle, and then it kind of
It
slowed
did.
down towards the end. Again.
Yeah. It was 50-50 on that, but it was still a good match nonetheless.
All right,
All right, now, wait, you shush over there. Now we get to the main event of night one: Rollins versus Punk versus Reigns triple threat match with Paul Heyman and CM Punk's corner. So
match of the night.
obviously the stars made their entrances. However, one star who got his first WrestleMania main event, CM Punk, he had a video tribute which played
This fire
some
burns.
younger vignettes, and this fire burns.
And to
I
be,
got chills when that
It-
played.
and to be honest, y'all, ever since that package, I had to listen to that song nonstop.
You've
It's
been
the greatest
listening
theme
to what
song.
song? No, you've been listening
Yeah,
to
my
stuff.
brother's favorite theme song ever. This fire burns.
Seth Rollins came out wearing a trash bag with a flamethrower, and then somehow ended up in white garments. That was nice. CM Punk had Living Color do his intro, but then we get into the match, right? And this match had it all. There was even a spot where Punk hits a go to sleep, but then immediately gets hit with a spear, and then Rollins curb stomps Roman. All three men are down. Now we get to the big part. Paul Heyman grabs a chair. He goes and he slides it to Punk. Punk looks like he's going to nail Rollins with it. All of a sudden, low blow by Heyman. It looks like he's aligning with Roman again, saying that he acknowledges the tribal chief. Roman continuously bashing Punk, and then he sees Seth Rollins in the Shield spot. Reigns looking to get some revenge, turns his back. He shouldn't have done that because Paul Heyman low blows Roman. Then he hands the chair Seth freaking Rollins.
Yup. Paul Heyman just sold his soul to Seth Rollins.
No, Seth Rollins sold his soul to Paul Heyman. That's what I'm telling. So that was WrestleMania Night 1. Then we get to WrestleMania Night 2. And this was honestly the better of the nights. And I know what everyone's going to say. Oh, it's because they had all the bigger names on there, which, yeah, fucking deal with it. So we started Night 2 with the Women's Championship. Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair. Now, I know what someone And the server's gonna say, "Oh, that's the wrong call. They should have given it to Bianca." Fuck you. Io Sky won. Io Sky, Queen of the Sky, proved it. Because Bianca hit the KOD. It looked like it was over. Rhea got beat up a lot in this, but that's okay.
Yes.
Bianca hits the KOD. It looked like it was all over. Then all of a sudden, here comes Io Sky. That's like, I don't fucking think so. And she hits her over the moonsault, is what it says here, to break up the cover and then pin Bianca to retain the title, thus ending Bianca's WrestleMania win streak. So, cry me a river.
You know, casually pulling a Jeff Hardy. If you know, you know.
Oh, I know.
I know.
I remember. Triple H Edge. I remember Vegas.
Yes.
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 Because I'm old. Anyway, I watched that pay-per-view, actually. I was freaking out about that one. Thoughts? Oh,
I mean,
The night of night 2, in my opinion.
honestly,
I feel like it was match of the night,
agreed.
at least for the women's side.
what's wrong, Noble? You didn't like the first match?
It was a really good match, though.
It was.
I wasn't pissed about the result. Io does deserve that victory. I know the stream, I was salty that Bianca should have won the match, but again, at the same time, Io during that build looked like she's like invisible, like a ghost. Now it feels like they're going to try to give a push to Io, which I think might be the better call than.
Well, that was the point. Pretty much, the whole rivalry was they kept pushing Io out of the way, and she made him fucking pay for it. She's like, I don't fucking think so, assholes.
It's basically the whole.
I was
They're always
pissed
gonna
at
come
the
back and
stream here,
win.
but now I feel like this might be a better call because I think Io deserved that, honestly.
Especially
my
with what we
God,
got
Io's
especially with what we got on Monday Night Raw, because she
Oh
ended
my
up facing NXT Women's Champion Stephanie Valkyrie.
God. That was an
Fucking
amazing match.
Awesome match.
Triple H, we need more of that.
Yes.
So then we get Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest in a Sin City Street fight. Drew McIntyre, I'm gonna go ahead and say, y'all, he had the best entrance of Mania. I don't care what any of y'all say.
Doom.
Obviously, he came out in the Doom, promoting the new Doom game that came out. He looked like he was ready to fuck someone right up.
Fuck up some
And
Which he did.
if you give him a gun, he kind of looks like Doom. Anyway, so this match was brutal.
Yes.
Back and forth between these two men. Announce tables got broken. Regular tables got broken.
By God, the tables.
I did a JR voice the whole match.
Yeah.
However, it was this shot right here that made me curl up in a corner and say, oh my God, that boy did. Drew McIntyre hits a Claymore to Damian Priest while Priest's head is in pretty much on a steel chair in the corner. And Drew ended it like that. I did not expect Drew to win like that. I really did not. So I have a question for you guys on this one. Who's the champion over on SmackDown right now? John. Oh wait, it's John.
It's John.
Yeah,
Cena.
John.
It's John.
John and Jay.
I know who should take the. I know who should take the title off Cena.
True.
Drew McIntyre.
He's Scottish, and he's pissed. Give him the belt.
Okay.
Okay.
What's the next match?
But oh, this was a match that I wasn't expecting the reaction for. The Fatal 4-Way match of Dominic Mysterio, Braun Breaker, Penta, and Finn Balor. And let me tell you something, this delivered. We saw Carlito speared through a table.
Yep.
We also saw a betrayal. of Dominic Mysterio making sure that Finn Balor got pinned because Finn hit the coup de grace on Breaker. Looked like he was getting ready for the pin, but Dom out of nowhere executed the frog splash, hitting Balor and Breaker, and then pinning Balor to win the title. He would then go and grab the title, walk up the ramp. He would then run back into the ring at Mania, get on the turnbuckle, and raise the belt. And people lost their fucking minds.
Yeah, guess what? This motherfucker here on top of me thinks that Braun Breaker will retain.
Yeah, Payne had to acknowledge us on stream because he called it wrong.
Yeah, and you said in the prediction, you said Dominic will never win. Guess what?
Well, let's just hold on. Listen to me. Let's just say with what happened on Raw, we know why. With what happened on Raw, we know why now, but we'll get to that in a second. Then it was time for Randy versus a mystery opponent.
This match.
My opinion, this match fucking sucked. I don't care what anyone said. This sucked ass.
Really?
Yep.
Randy comes out. He says, "Oh, you know, I'm ready to compete. Who's gonna fucking face me? Who's gonna be my challenger?" Now I know what everyone here was thinking. Oh, it could have been Rusev. Could have been Nick Aldis. Like they were fucking teasing because I was fully expecting it. Nope. Say his name, and the jackass appears.
I literally said that before you came out, and it actually happened.
This fucking jackass. It was your fault, Vega. We're blaming you for this, too.
I regret nothing.
Yeah, fuck you. Anyway,
Which,
the doors open on the doors open up on stage. Joe Hendry would do the turnaround. Randy would be like, okay. Now look, I'm not opposed to having a TNA World Champion on the show at Mania. Okay, I think that's a big deal. I think that's a huge step in showing, hey, WWE is now willing to work with all companies. You know, kind of opens the door.
Yeah.
That's great. But why, in God's green name, did it have to be this blonde, fake ass, song making lunatic named Joe Hendry?
Oh god.
To say I am pissed. Watch the reaction stream, you'll see I was fucking pissed.
He was pissed.
yeah,
But there was another reason that I was upset. This match was very short.
it was short.
Maybe
3 minutes and 10 seconds, to be exact.
Now, Vega,
Yeah.
we can admit that this was short as shit.
No, we know. It was expected to be a short match anyway, because that's what they wanted.
But why, though? I mean, you have a young talent like Joe Hendry going up against Randy. You could have done a bunch of things there, you know, showcase the TNA talent. But no, instead, Joe had to do his little stupid, turn around. And what's the one thing you don't do with a Viper? You don't
Turn around.
turn your back. Because he comes out of nowhere and RKOs you.
Yeah.
And that's how Joe lost. But Randy, on the other hand, did something funny.
What's that?
He gave respect to Hendry. You know, he was like, oh, you know, respect you and all that. Then he would hit him with an RKO again. Randy would then do the Joe Hendry thing.
That was funny.
So,
That was so
yeah.
funny.
And anyway, speak of Joe Hendry, our clip from Joe Hendry entering Orange Open Challenge, 2,000 views.
Fuck him. Anyway. I was kind of hoping it was Nick Aldis. I really wanted to see Nick Aldis perform on a WrestleMania stage. I mean, no offense, that's kind of wasted opportunity there. I mean, he could have had Mickey James could have escorted him down. You know, Nick could have gotten in there, you know, all cocky and shit like he used to be. You know. But no, we get this blonde song making asshole.
Okay.
I mean, to be fair, Randy handpicked Joe Hendry to be his opponent anyway. So
Oh, Randy, what's wrong with you? We'll talk about that later. Anyway, we then get Logan Paul versus AJ Styles.
this was the lowest part of the show, in my opinion.
Yeah.
All of us got it fucking wrong with this.
Well, I don't think any of us were expecting Karrion Kross to suddenly appear out of nowhere, stop Logan's guy from giving him the brass knuckles. He then was trying to encourage Styles to use the brass knuckles. Styles refused, and then not only would he slug Kross, but Paul would hit AJ with one lucky punch and then the pulverizer to win the match.
I hate that Logan won the match.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of expected it because I didn't trust, the Dr. Phil Karrion Kross. I wasn't quite expecting that.
Dr. Phil wannabe.
Oh Lord.
Vega, thoughts?
It was an okay match, I guess. Like, we didn't expect any, surprises or whatever. But still a decent match nonetheless. It wasn't a good match, but still not a bad one either.
I mean, we had to expect that Kross was going to be in it, right? Like, you guys had to expect that.
And storyline-wise, it makes sense for him to show up, since he's doing the thing with AJ anyway.
Well, now he's probably fired here soon.
Nah, he's not. He'll be fine.
Him and Triple H probably like, dude, what's your problem? Why'd you do that? I saw what you said. I'm gonna push you.
For context, Karrion Kross cut a promo in a podcast. If you haven't seen it, go watch it.
Oh, he tore Triple H a new asshole. But now we get to, and this is gonna make no sense when we do the Raw coverage, but what the fuck? Okay, they got me fucked up on the. It's the women's tag team title match, and it's between Lyra Valkyria and a mystery opponent versus Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez.
Mystery partner, you mean?
Mystery opponent, mystery partner. It doesn't fucking make me. Anyway,
Same fucking difference.
So it was supposed to be Bayley. She got taken out of the match due to injury.
Yeah.
So so the tag champs come down, of course, and Liv is like, I'm here I am, I'm blonde. Anyway, so then here comes Lyra Valkyria making an awesome entrance. I thought she looked really good with the wings and stuff. But now we're sitting there wondering who her partner is going to be.
I mean, it was kind of obvious who it was going to be. So.
Shut up, Vega. Wow. Yeah, and all of a sudden it was Becky Lynch. She came back.
He's back.
It was Becky.
The ginger mom came back. I don't know why I'm determining superstars by their hair, but anyway, the man made her return. The fans lost their fucking minds. So did Liv.
Oh god, she was terrified.
She was like, "Oh fuck, I'm done for."
Yep.
Hey Liv. Becky got her revenge because she handle slammed you for the win. New tag champs. Yay! Right? Yeah, that didn't last long.
Yeah.
But now
One knife.
But now we get to the match. Now let me set the scene for everyone here. No one interrupt. The American Nightmare in one corner. The man that supposedly finished his story. The man who came out with dirt bikes and an Iron Man helmet. Versus the new heelish John Cena, who's looking to break Ric Flair's record and become the last real world champion in WWE. This match was for the fate of WWE, ladies and gentlemen. And let me tell you something. It was slow. Oh my
I
gosh.
was
It was so
It was
slow.
expected to be a slow match. So.
But John Cena comes out. No Titantron.
Just his
Just a
name.
generic Titantron.
Just a black screen that said John Cena.
Just his name.
Yeah.
The ramp, black, saying John Cena. No fancy things on it. Nothing.
No, nothing.
Like he said, don't expect any change because there won't be any change.
What a prick. But anyway,
What a break.
these two were going back and forth. John kept rolling out of the ring, trying to keep his composure. Cody would go for a Cody cutter, only resulted in a 2 count. John Cena hit 4 attitude adjustments, including one from the top rope. Cody Rhodes kicked out. And then Fiend. Travis Scott appears with the Hardcore Championship belt that he has, which WWE do it. He comes out, distracts Rhodes. He yanked the ref out of the ring, following a crossroads on Cena. Obviously, these two have some history. Travis Scott gave Cody Rhodes real injuries. Cody says, let me return the fucking favor. Here's a crossroads. But then, referee's down. John Cena has the belt. Cody gets it from him. We have that intense moment. It looks like Cody is going to hit John Cena with the belt. But John is begging. He's pleading. He's like, don't do it. Don't hit me. Don't do it. Cody, being the dumbass that he is, says, I'm not going to do it. And boy, Cena took fucking advantage of that.
Yes.
He kicked Rhodes below the belt,
the nuts.
then hit him in the face with the title. 1, 2, 3. You're a winner and new undisputed WWE champion, winning his 17th record-breaking title, John goddamn Cena.
It's John Cena.
And the one thing I want to say is the bald spot on the back of his head is still showing, but that's besides the point. But Cena left with the title. Cody Rhodes left heartbroken. Now fuck all that because we got the Raw after Mania,
Oh,
where the real shit went down. John Cena kicked off the show. The fans were not only booing him, Cena says, I'm not here to please you people. That's not how functional relationships work. Just because I have the gold around my waist, you're going to cheer for me now? That's not a functional relationship. In which the fans responded with, we aren't sorry. We don't care. Fuck you, Cena.
yeah, fuck you, Cena. Fuck you, John Cena.
John
Yeah,
Cena.
John Cena.
But then Cena points to the stage, which had 36 dates appeared on the screen. And John Cena says, time passes by so quickly. But those are dates, not matches, which he specifically said. Not matches, appearances. Let's recap, shall we? Netflix debut, Indianapolis, Toronto, London, Brussels, Glasgow, Las Vegas, and Las Vegas. Take that away and you got 27.
27 more dates.
27 appearances.
27 more times I don't want to look at his face.
Okay.
Then he called the fans heartless bastards for what they did to Cody. Because not only did they boo him, they cheered him. And Cody was fighting for him. But then John Cena told the fans to take out their cameras for a real moment to remember. He raises the title and says the last real champion is here. But the fans are going nuts for some reason. Why? What's this? Because behind him is a Viper.
The Viper.
And he hits him
As
with an
the
RKO.
crowd. Randy came out from under the ring, got behind Cena. Cena turned around, yelled into the microphone, "Shit!" before getting hit with an RKO. And then Randy picked up that title. And the rivalry is reborn. Cena, Orton, Backlash.
One more time.
Yes. One more time, these rivals will face off against each other. One more fucking time.
Only
And
this
I
time the roles are
want it.
reversed.
I want it.
The history between these two, and I've watched their entire rivalry. I remember when Randy injured John Cena with an RKO in a chair, then punted his dad. I remember Cena beating Orton in a pretty much an Iron Man match. I remember that one. That was a good one. I remember Randy slapping a referee just so that way John Cena didn't win his title back. Oof.
Oof.
A rivalry reborn. We need it. Triple H.
We want it.
Triple H, I need you to listen to me. You're doing good things now. Don't fuck it up.
Yeah.
By the way, one piece of news that I guess we forgot to mention was that John Cena and Paul Heyman were on the Pat McAfee show. And Paul Heyman may have gotten Pat McAfee in some trouble with ESPN.
Oh boy.
Because he brought up some stuff that wasn't supposed to be said, like Pat McAfee smoking weed, the Shannon Sharp allegations, and God bless Paul Heyman. That's all I can say. But anyway, now we get the women's tag team title rematch of Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria versus Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Now, folks. Now, listen to me. Hear me out. At first, I questioned why they did this. For those of you that are wondering what happened, about a day at WrestleMania Sunday, Liv and Raquel weren't tag champ. They were champions no longer. Newsflash, they're the new tag champions again.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Valkyria got pinned after an Oblivion by Morgan. Morgan, they're celebrating Morgan's win like she won the world title, but hey, kudos. But Becky Lynch, and now I understand why they did it. Becky Lynch got mad. Becky Lynch got pissed. And she went after Valkyria.
Yep.
And just destroy her.
Yep.
Completely.
And that's setting up for an IC title match, which we need. Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Now I thought something amazing was going to happen. The New Day celebrate their championship victory after Mania. However, it got interrupted by Alpha Academy and Maxine Dupree saying that the New Day might be the greatest tag team ever because the last time they faced Otis and Tozawa, they beat them in 60 seconds.
Yeah.
And that they can beat the Minutemen again.
The Minutemen.
Kofi wasn't happy and asked for a referee. Now, the referee runs in. The match looks like it's about to start, and then all of a sudden,
Then where did they go?
the lights go out. And what ends up happening?
Rusev Booyah!
It's Rusev Day.
Machka!
It's Rusev Day.
Rusev Day is
Rusev
back.
Day! Rusev
Yep,
Day!
Rusev
Day.
returns. The New Day get the hell out of the ring. And Rusev
Hey,
not only
okay.
destroys Otis, but pretty much tosses Tozawa like he was nothing.
He
He
did.
literally tossed Tozawa like a damn shot put.
So Rusev is back,
Yeah.
Out for revenge.
and I can't wait to see where that leads.
Raw better watch out because, yep, an angry Bulgarian coming after you.
Well, then we go backstage. And it's the Judgment Day. They're celebrating because 3 of them have titles again. Except for Finn Balor, who comes into the picture. And by the way, yes, I'm counting Carlito's Yellow Apple as a title. Deal with it.
Oh my god, dude.
That's cool.
Alright.
He
No one
comes
got the choke.
in with the title. Balor looks like he's about ready to destroy Mysterio. Morgan says, hey, a win for one is a win for all. And Finn goes, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. And then, they said they were going to keep the titles. And then Carlito pops up out of nowhere and says, hey, you and me are the only 2 without titles. Can you believe that? That's not cool. Balor then turns and looks at the IC title before the camera fades away. Io Sky then comes out. And yay! She's celebrating her victory. Obviously, she deserves it. And just as she's about ready to celebrate, NXT Women's Champion Stephanie Valkyrie heads to the ring.
Get it.
Yes!
Angel.
An angel, she's got horns. That's a demon. Anyway, so she comes out.
She's a demon angel.
And she says that she wants to fight the best and that she wants to fight Sky. And Sky says that she wants to fight her, so she accepts the challenge and wants to do it right there, right now. Adam Pearce comes out for some goddamn reason. And, because we need to see him at least once a show. So he comes out. And he's getting booed because he's telling the ladies, hold on. Can't just do that. And then Pearce knows that they want the match, but he wants to make sure that Vegas wants the match. The fans cheer loudly. Pearce says he wants the match too. So he calls for a ref, and these 2 end up having a good match. Until these 2 bitches show up out of nowhere, aka Roxanne Perez and Julia. They start attacking both Sky and Valkyrie until Rhea Ripley comes out and saves both of them. Julia and Rhea ended up staring at each other, which I'm like, yes, please, make it happen.
Yes!
Yes.
WWE, make it happen!
Make it happen, please.
But then Rhea picks up the title and gives it to Sky, but says that she is coming for that title. Which,
We're gonna have a
alright, good deal.
We're gonna have a trilogy here. Damn it.
But then, we now get the World Heavyweight Championship celebration, which I already said. We saw the return of Sami Zayn. Jay came out, and he ended up doing the whole, do it again thing, and, made Gunther tap out. He says he's excited to be world champion, and then Sammy comes out. Sammy says it was hard for him to miss Mania. He didn't like being on the sidelines. But then he said that he was very proud of Jay. And they went to the corners to celebrate. However, Sammy ended up, was behind Jay. And my immediate thought was, Haluva kick his fucking head off, please. Give us what we want. Yes, people?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Peyton, actually show interest,
Mm-hmm.
please. What happened next, Peyton? Tell me.
I think I remembered.
Hashtag fake wrestling fan. Anyway, so then Jimmy comes out. Jimmy comes out, and all three of them are celebrating. Very big deal. Des, what'd you think?
I think it's definitely interesting. I think it's what happened afterwards that kind of grabbed my attention. Because if I'm correct, and I might not be because my memory is the size of a goldfish, Gunther came out next, right? Not like after Jay and them walked off.
No, but that's the next thing we're going to actually is so pretty much we then had well actually that actually is the next thing actually.
Yeah, that is the next thing that happened.
Yep. So then Gunther comes out of the crowd nowhere, and obviously he's staring down the commentary crew, which was Michael Cole and Pat McAfee. Cole says gets to his feet and says he was just doing his job calling the match. He then says he's not the one that tapped out. Now, Michael, I'm not a smart man, but when you tell a pissed off Gunther that, you shouldn't have done that. So Gunther swats Michael Cole's headset off. Pat tried to get involved. Pat gets shoved to the ground. Cole turns around to check on Pat. Gunther chokes, like grabs Michael Cole and is looking to, put it on him and then put on the chokehold. But then here comes McAfee out of nowhere and he breaks it up with a forearm to the head of Gunther. Gunther then grabs McAfee and locks him in it instead, and he's got it on for a very long time. Why? Because security's too busy stopping the Pat McAfee show members from jumping over the barricade and trying to get to Pat to try and break up the fight. Yeah. McAfee is unconscious, but Gunther won't let the hold go. The crowd ends up chanting, "Fuck you, Gunther." He then releases it and walks off. Michael Cole shouts for the medics. McAfee remains unconscious. Cole helps him to the back. McAfee is struggling to catch his breath. I'm going to butcher his last name. Someone help me.
Tessador.
Yeah, Tessori, whatever his name is. He ends up joining Michael Cole for the remaining shot. However, Pat McAfee's getting help backstage. He said that if he didn't help Michael Cole, Gunther was going to kick his ass. Pierce tells Cole to take the rest of the night off. Cole says Gunther may have broken his nose. Cole says, what are we supposed to do if we can't even have opinions? Like, that's bullshit. Like, if we can't have opinions, how are we supposed to do our job? Pierce tells him to take the rest of the night off if he wants to. But then Michael Cole says the most boss shit on the planet that makes me love that man. And he goes, he's not going to let a bully stop him on WrestleMania week. And he marches his ass right back down to the commentary table where him and Joe would call the rest of the night.
I'm happy for Cole to stand up here, but I'm sorry. Gunther has no right to do that to Pat. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Gunther suspended for 30 days after that. It's a commentary guy, and I cannot do anything stupid to a commentary guy, especially Pat McAfee. I'm sorry.
Right.
If
So Gunther versus McAfee?
Man.
Give me it.
If Gunther is not suspended, I'm gonna be pissed.
Well, he's probably not going to be. But anyway, so we're just going to skip ahead because obviously Dirty Dominic Mysterio retained his IC title. No shocker there because JD McDonough returned. Blockhead, bitch. Then, of course, there was a video package of El Grande Americano. Yep, great. Good deal. It says AI-generated images. How dare you, bastards. It was not AI-generated images. You guys show the proper respect to the greatest luchador of all time. Anyway. Now, we get to the main event of this. Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins walk out to the ring together. The fans start chanting CM Punk and OTC. A fuck you Heyman chant starts. Rollins stares coldly into the camera. He says he's a revolutionary and a visionary. More like a bitch. Rollins says, I took a wise man from Roman Reigns. I stole CM Punk's best friend. I am the winner of the main event of WrestleMania. I am. Here comes Punk, taping up the hands. You know what that means. It's time for some ass whooping. So Punk starts, beating the crap out of Rollins, and obviously Punk gets him into a corner, starts stomping him out, punching him out. Yep. Heyman looks like he's getting ready to low blow Punk again. Punk turns around and looks at his former best friend and is like, I'm gonna fucking end you. He goozles Heyman over into the corner. It looked like he's getting ready to knock him out. And then, of course, here comes Rollins again, who fucking rakes his eyes and then curb stomps him to the mat. This is kind of bullshit. I'm kind of getting sick and tired of this. Every fucking week, Rollins does something to curb stomp Punk. Can we get a different ending? Can we have Punk hit the go to sleep, please? Come on.
Else.
Fuck this guy that everyone says is supposed to be the new face of the company. Fuck him. Fuck Rollins. I don't care. It's supposed to be Roman. Y'all are putting too much faith in Seth. Cut it out. So anyway, the credits then flash on the screen. So we're thinking, okay, show's over. Netflix, okay, yep, here we go, same ending, yep. Heyman then grabs a mic and says, we're going to conclude the weekend of WrestleMania 41 by propelling the news all the way to WrestleMania 42. There is a new reigning, defending, undisputed, #1 top star in the entire industry. Ladies and gentlemen, Seth freaking Rollins. He then raises Rollins' arms up. Boom, boom, boom. All of a sudden, here comes Roman's music. Roman is pissed.
He's pissed.
He comes down to the ring.
Yes.
He ducks a clothesline. Spears Rollins. Roman then has that look in his eye. He turns around. He cocks the arm. Superman punch to his former wise man. Reigns takes off his shirt, right? He's pissed. He's fired up. He's like, I'm going to spear him to next Sunday, pretty much. But then, all of a sudden, a fucking guy in a hoodie pops up out of nowhere and spears Roman. Who is it? It's fucking Braun Breaker.
Braun Breaker.
Ba-da-da.
The new Paul Heyman guy.
Dun, dun, dun.
Breaker then takes Roman outside the ring and spears him through the barricade. Reigns is out.
Well, beforehand, he speared
Punk.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, he spears Punk. Yeah, I know.
Hold on. Ahmed, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Dean Ambrose or John Moxley is in AEW. How is he going to go to Backlash, dude? I'm sorry. He's not.
Anyway, moving on. So then, Rollins tells Breaker to get Roman back in the ring. Punk starts to come to, but Rollins takes him out once again with another goddamn stomp, which, by the way, come on. Rollins then tells Reigns that the future of the business runs through him. Rollins then hits the stomp. And people can't believe it. That this new group of guys are working with each other. But the one thing that was shocking was what happened after the cameras went off. Because Roman starts to walk to the back, however, Punk and him lock eyes, and it's like, you know what we need to do. You know what needs to happen.
It's going to be a tag match of Backlash. What it looks like.
Reigns and Punk versus... Well, we already know who would win that.
Yep. And I have a feeling there's going to be a third member for Rollins' regime.
Everyone's saying that, and everyone thinks it's going to be Austin Theory, which I completely agree. Make it happen.
Yeah, I think Theory... It should be Theory. Like, I don't know who
Theory and Waller
who's going to take the place.
No, not Waller. Just
No.
Theory. Well, one of them's a manager there, Ahmed.
Yep. Think about
One
it
of them's a
before you-
manager, so he's not in the picture. So really, it's two.
Yeah.
Yeah, plus Moxley's an AEW.
Paul Heyman doesn't get involved that much. So. Plus,
Yeah, plus-
Moxley's under an AEW contract. He ain't leaving anytime soon.
Yeah, he's not
So-
leaving. And he's the AEW champion with a fucking briefcase.
Anyway, so here's my question before we take this show and we end it, because honestly, I don't want to talk about the other two shows because honestly, I feel like nothing important happened on them, so I'm just gonna move on from them. This new group of Rollins, Braun, and Heyman. This is dangerous, is it not?
It's very
It
dangerous.
is very dangerous.
Very
The three of them
dangerous.
being in a
Evolution
faction was
2.0.
not on my bingo card for this year.
Evolution 2.0.
This is scary, but not only that, there was something that I wanted to point out
Mm-hmm.
because I forgot to point this out during the original thing. Because this was during the news part. Did you guys know that the WrestleMania card that we got was not supposed to be the actual card?
Really?
What was
What?
the card supposed to be then?
If y'all will give me a second, I'll find it again. I know that, believe it or not, it was supposed to be Gunther versus Seth versus CM Punk for the world title.
Gunther versus Seth versus Punk.
Okay.
I know that it was just supposed to be Bianca versus Rhea.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't even. Just a card.
I think it said something about. Hold on, let me find.
What about something with Jay? He won the Rumble.
Well, yeah. Well, hold on, let me find it here. Yeah, so here's pretty much what it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be CM Punk versus Seth Rollins versus Gunther. The women's world title was supposed to be Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair.
Okay.
The WWE women's title was supposed to be. You're not gonna believe this shit when I say it. Y'all ready for this?
Yeah.
Nia Jax versus Jade Cargill.
What?
Oh.
Because that's what was on the
Oh.
whiteboard. That's what was on the whiteboard, apparently, in one of these Unreal document
What?
screenshots. That's what it was supposed to be.
What?
But wait, hold on. It gets even crazier. The Judgment Day was supposed to be all one team, as they were supposed to take on the Wyatt Six,
Oh.
which I would have wanted that.
I would have wanted that.
Yeah, but we haven't seen the White Six in a while.
Well, hold on,
Right.
because it gets crazier. Women's tag team. You ready? Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch versus Io Sky and Asuka.
What?
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 Don't look at me. That's what was on the whiteboard. Here's
I don't know how I feel about that.
Oh no! Hold on. Because the next two is where it gets a little fucked up. Dominic Mysterio was supposed to go up against Bad Bunny.
Well,
I
dang.
want that.
That's
I really
what was
want
on the
that
board.
match. I really want that match, honestly.
And you ready for this? Because this is the big one. IC title: Braun Breaker versus Drew McIntyre.
Huh?
You heard me.
How does that make any fucking sense?
Doesn't.
Well, the thing is it says here on the screenshot that the Cody Rhodes John Cena thing was a definite. That was in there no matter what. Because this was just what was on the board for ideas here. Trying to see if it said anything about Jey Uso. So by looks of it, some of the stuff that was written in blue actually happened. but Jey Uso is nowhere on there.
That's bullshit.
So I'm assuming the original plans were for John Cena to win the Rumble. But then it got changed up.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on this. I'm going based on what it said right here on the whiteboard. I'll even post it here. Because this is from Wrestle Talk. And you guys can try and zoom in on that whiteboard as much as possible, but that's what it says. Those were the ideas that were pitched. Yeah, it was a bit fucked up. But anyway. So, Peyton, are you still
Unreal.
here?
Hey,
Peyton?
10.
Hi, 10.
Come on.
Peyton Cash.
He knows that we're about to end this. Where is he?
Hey, Ted.
Because after I do the sponsor read, we're pretty much done.
Hey, 10.
He's either
I can't
AFK
see that.
or
We're
asleep.
trying to end the thing. He says keep
Dude.
talking.
Is he
Keep
deaf?
talking. Dude.
No, he's using the bathroom.
Oh.
Okay, TMI.
Mm,
All right, so I guess I might as well. I'll do the sponsor read, but tell him to hurry up because pretty
I
much
told
done.
him to hurry up. He'll be done soon.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this episode of the Wrestle Arc Podcast was brought to you guys by WWE Shop, which is, of course, affiliated with Fanatics.com. And, of course, the new Fanatics app. Make sure you folks download it today. Folks, we do want to mention that there is some other awesome stuff that is currently on the WWE Shop as well, which includes the Cactus Jack / WWE collab, which even brings back the old WWE logo, which is the best logo. I don't care what anyone tells me. The scratched logo, as they say. Make sure you folks get that. Reminder that you guys can get winning champions merch from Mania, which include the last real champion John Cena, the champion of the Sky Io Sky, main event Jey Uso, the new World Heavy Yeet champion, and Tiffany Stratton, which it's saying it's Tiffy time at Mania. Not only that, but John Cena on his farewell tour is coming to Dallas. And believe it or not, they actually released what looks to be Maverick-looking John Cena merch with a John Cena farewell title, which I fucking hate just by looking at it. I think it's garbage. But I also do want to point out that, folks, as a proud sponsor, Fanatics.com and WWE have collabed with working with other sports to release championship belts. And folks, we are in the middle of baseball season. The season has just got underway. If you guys want to feel like a champion with your baseball team, gear up with legacy titles from WWE that not only include your favorite teams in Major League Baseball, but also from the NBA to the NHL to the NFL to the European football legacy titles. I mean, you guys just gotta check out these titles because I'm telling you what, these are sick.